Chapter 3, Connecting to Krishna through Work, Karma-yoga. Arjuna said, saying that higher knowledge, buddhi, is better than action, karmanah, why are you engaging me in this terrible job? My conclusion, buddhi, is confused by your equal arguments for both. Therefore, tell me which one gives the highest benefit. Krishna said, as explained before, in this world are two paths for devotees of different faiths. One path is through logical thinking, for logicians and not God believers. The other by connecting to God through actions decided through God-connected knowledge for those devoted to God, the Yogis. Comment. Only Yogis, people believing in God, have the luxury to connect to God through work. Atheists can attain the divine, the Brahman, only through thinking, which is possible but harder, as they have to rely on themselves and cannot be helped as they do not believe in God. Krishna continues, a person cannot get free from the binding reactions of merits and sins by only stopping to work, nor attain a perfected, equalized mind by only being non-responsive to work. Nobody can be even for a moment without acting. Everyone is helplessly forced by the three drivers, gunas, to work, and the work is done by the gunas, which have been created by nature. Who restrains his organs of action but keeps thinking about the objects in his mind is in delusion and a liar. Who begins to control his senses through his mind and works with his organs in connection with his disposition from birth, without attachment to results, is far better. Always work. To work is better than not to work. You cannot even maintain your body without work. Work as an offering towards the success of God, otherwise your work will bind you in this world through its reactions. Work towards God's success, offer your work selflessly and act independent of mental attachment to its result. In the beginning, the father of creation, Prajapati, created two things, humanity and the objects to offer, and said, by this offering you will become prosperous and it will give you everything you desire. The devas, gods, will be pleased with you through your offerings. Pleasing each other, you will get the highest results. The devas will certainly give your desired necessities of life, being satisfied by your offerings. Who enjoys the gifts from the devas without offering them to the devas is certainly a thief. The saints who only eat the offered food are freed from all sin. But sinners are those who selfishly enjoy, and they will get nothing but sin as they cook only for their own pleasure. Beings subsist on food, which subsists on rain. Rain subsists on offerings to the gods, and offerings subsist on work. Know that the meaning of work is originally generated by the Brahman light. The Brahman light emanates from the undividable God, Aksharam. The Brahman light is therefore always situated in all offerings, yajna. Comment. In 3.5, Krishna explains that the nature-created gunas force us to work and they do the work. Here he explains that the meaning of work is to satisfy each other's needs. Serving each other is divine and therefore is divinity, the Brahman light, in all works of service. Krishna continues, this cycle of offering and receiving is thus run by me, and who does not participate lives sinfully and uselessly only for the satisfaction of his own senses, or partha. However, whose mind rejoices only in the self, is satisfied within, and is getting his satisfaction only from the supersoul, atmani, he has no duty. He is gaining nothing by working, nor is he ever not working, nor does he ever depend for his essentials on any being except God. Comment. An example of such a person is Narada Muni, who travels the universe, spreads this knowledge about Krishna, and appears in crucial moments as an advisor and informant. Krishna continues, therefore, perform constantly and selflessly your duty, unattached to its salary. Through working unattached to its salary, an enjoyer will certainly attain the supreme. Only through work have kings like Janaka and others attained the perfection of a calm mind. Also, just consider working as an example for the welfare of the community. Certainly, everyone does whatever the most successful does, and whatever system of behavior learned from the scripture they apply, the world follows that. I have no job in the three worlds, nor is there anything to attain or gain. Still, I am also working. Certainly, if I did not work with care, everyone would follow my path in every way. I would bring down all the worlds if I wasn't working. I would cause uncultured people and destroy all beings. As much as the ignorant work being attached to their work, like that should the wise work without attachment, desiring the welfare of the world. The right thing to do for a wise, connected with the truth, is to not confuse the beliefs of the ignorant who are attached to their work, but to motivate everyone to their prescribed duty, as per their character, to contribute to society's necessities. It is nature which is doing all work through the three mental drivers, gunas, but the souls covered by self-identification, ahankara, believe that I am the doer. But who knows the truth can recognize the gunas acting. He knows that it is only the gunas which are moving, the working senses which are the leaders of the gunas, and thus he never gets attached to his work. The five working senses are arms, legs, mouth, genitals, and anus. Nature, Prakriti, bewilders through the gunas, which enter through the senses and lead to attachment to guna-motivated activities. Still, the wise should not tell this to those who do not know this. Devote all activities unto me, focus your mind on the highest soul, and have neither a desire for profit nor a sense of ownership. Fight with a mind free from mental distractions. Who constantly follows this teaching of mine in his mind, with full belief and free from objections, will be liberated from the bondage of reactions to work. But those who do not follow my opinion out of objection are deluded in all their knowledge and know them to be ruined and devoid of discrimination. All act as per their individual nature, even those who know. All beings follow their nature. What will repression do? Attachment and hatred are situated in the senses, experiencing the sensual effects of the objects. Never be motivated by attachment and hurt, because they are certainly your enemies. It is better to do one's own prescribed duty, even if faulty, than a not prescribed duty perfectly. It is better to die doing one's own duty, because doing a not prescribed duty is frightening. Arjuna said, then what makes a man commit sins, even unwillingly, as if forced, O Varshneya, member of the Vrishni clan? Sri Bhagavan said, it is wishes, kama, and anger, krodha, which are born from passion, rajaguna. Know that they destroy everything, are very sinful and the greatest enemy here. As smoke covers fire, dust a mirror, and the womb a fetus, so cover wishes and anger, right behavior and decisions. The proper knowledge of the knowers is manipulated by the eternal enemy in the form of wishes, which are insatiable like fire. Wishes and anger dwell on and dilute the senses, mind and logic, and cover the knowledge of the soul. Therefore, from the start, disconnect your senses with your mind from desires to surely slay this sinful destroyer of understanding of knowledge. Passion, rajaguna, creates desires and anger which reside on the senses and the mind. Above them is intelligence and then the soul. or strong-armed, realize that the soul is above the intellect, and then make equal the lower self, which are desires, anger, senses, mind, and intellect, and let the soul be in control, and kill the amazing enemy in the form of desires and anger. Comment. The goal is an equal mind, samadhi. The lower self becomes equal by engaging yourself with the knowledge about one's dharma and nature. This makes equal the distracting desires, angers, and fears. Depending on your motor, you are suitable for one of 4 jobs, and as a lady for 1 job. If you do another job, your motor will never find peace and happiness. Any work your motor does is always Brahman, from God, because it serves another being. But if you work for yourself, the results will bind you to repeated birth and death. If you follow your God-united intelligence, which will make your thinking equal to desires, anger and fear, you will attain Him. For the Kali Yuga age, scriptures like the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhavishya Purana predicted that women will look and work like men, and men will be degenerated. The Srimad Bhagavatam advises that we have to accept the changes of time and not criticize them. I have retranslated that section of the Srimad Bhagavatam.